Good morning, Overwatch fans. We're here. We're ready to kick off. It's the OCE Grand Final. Does anyone know what all the songs we played before we started with have in common? I'll give you some time. You're on 2-minute delay. It will take you a little bit to get to this question. But there was a theme. There was a theme if anyone has the wherewithal to figure it out for that theme of our opening 3 songs. Of course it's going to start with a quiz. What else would it start with? Welcome to everyone who is either up early enough in Europe. If you're watching this from America right now, it's fair to say your sleep schedule is gone. You've messed up your sleep schedule, but it will hopefully be worth it to determine who will be the champion of OCE, and most importantly, who will qualify for the Esports World Cup. One spot up for grabs. Only the winner of this match will get it. The runner-up will get $3,000. That's, not too shabby, but I think everyone would rather the trip to the Esports World Cup. There's 2 teams in contention. As we get close to this, let me show you what we're working with here. Hold on. Let me show you what we're working with. The 2 teams in question, The Greatest Showman and Timeless Australia, the newly dubbed Timeless Australia. Previously WAG1, I believe. I think I'm saying that correctly. On the Greatest Showman side, we have maybe a lot of familiar names. Punk, Opener, Top Dragon. Names people will be familiar with. Thank you as well to Benji the Genji for the 2 months Prime. I appreciate it. We're a minute out of the upcoming match. It will be a best of 7. We're going all the way to determine the kings of OCE. Previously, these teams did meet in groups in the round robin before we got to this playoff bracket, but it was a default win. The Greatest Showman take it. So, not too much to separate these teams. We can take a look at the bracket as well. It's been a relatively straightforward run for both teams. The clear 2 favourites will meet in the grand final. 3-0 both ways. I've been reliably informed. The head coach, of The Greatest Showman is squeezing their hog, and there's nothing we can do about it. We'll see if they're able to squeeze their hog in this series and assert dominance. We are on 2-minute delay, we are in lobby, so we don't want any team to take an unfair advantage. On the other side, against The Greatest Showman, we obviously have Timeless Australia. Newly dubbed Timeless, expanding worldwide, taking any team they can get a hold of. Players you might be familiar with: Cuffer, obviously from Redbirds, ISU. Niang, Maka. Moss Wizard also wins the quiz. They were all Australian bands. On theme today. On theme. I guess to be truly on theme, I should have had some Korean music imported as well. That would have been the ideal and optimal way to do this. So, quite a lot of big names actually. You think Top Dragon, Punk, Maka, Kuffa, Opener. Some well-established names, obviously all keen. They've determined this is their best route to the Esports World Cup. This is their best option. There's a best of 7 standing between them and those plane tickets. A week in Riyadh. Against the best teams in the world. I'm getting flashbang slightly. Because it is bright and early. We wait for the lineups to be finalised. Don't think we'll see too many surprises in these lineups. I'll show you the rosters now. Greatest Showman also with Colour Hex. We'll do a staff check. Unter versus Dreamer and Amir. Who've we got? Unter versus Dreamer and Amir. I think I know who I've got. It's possible I'm biased. But I think Hunter's got that dog in him to book himself a ticket. And that ticket isn't going to say Luminosity on it. And that ticket is going to say The Greatest Showman. So we'll wait on his finalised rosters. And then we'll get into the map draft. We'll have to wait and see what direction the teams go. I'll be completely honest with you. I won't hide anything. I won't be super informed on the comps or what they play. So we'll have to figure it out live. We'll figure it out as we go. I wouldn't be surprised though if we're following a somewhat similar meta. A few Atlas fans in the chat. A few anti-color hex fans in the chat as well. What can you do? All right. Greatest Showman banning first. The way it'll work. We'll see all the bans. We'll see all the bans. And then we'll get the map picks afterwards. The Greatest Showman taking their time with the map ban. Is it because they're deliberating carefully? Or is it because their coach is busy in chat trying to rally support for Atlas? We get the Oasis ban. Busan banned in response. Nepal and Samoa will be the options for Greatest Showman. Greatest Showman do come in as the top seed, so they get to pick maps 1, 3, 5, and 7. A distinct advantage. We are getting a large swelling of Atlas fans as well. Timeless Australia to ban first for Hybrid. Immediate ban on Midtown. Timeless we get to pick this map, of course. Greatest Showman, again deliberating. Careful and precise with their bans. They've probably been cracking this one down since the start of the year. In this exact moment. Mauricio will be the ban. Dive avoided for the Greatest Showman. We'll see the pick afterwards. Timeless will pick this map. Immediate Colosseo ban from Timeless Australia. We'll see what the Showman pick. Esperanza and New Queen Street the options. Then Timeless will get to pick for Flashpoint. Just straight up, only 2 Flashpoint maps. And we'll get a full series of bans for the Escort here. And we'll soon see what kind of map pool we're going to have. Rialto banned from the Greatest Showman. They avoided the dive map on Mauricio. Route 66 has been left open here, but obviously the Greatest Showman gets to pick the map, so they can still avoid that Route 66. Timeless Australia deliberating this one. Few anti-color hex fans in the chat as well. The biggest support group seems to be so far for Atlas. Atlas, the fan favorite. And Color Hex for the fan villain. Alright, Junkertown will be banned by Timeless Australia. So Route 66 or Shambali. Presuming they ban Mauricio, you'd expect them to go Shambali. Then we'll get a second round of control. This time, Timeless Australia will get to pick it. Busan banned again. Last time it was left between Nepal and Samoa. It's going to be the same, so whichever one we didn't get in the first, we're going to get in this next one. And then we're just one map away. One final Escort ban. So obviously last time it was Rialto and Junkertown banned last time. It was between Route and Shambali, 2 very different maps. We'll see if Timeless Australia go the same way and ban Junkertown. deliberating here for their final choice. Timeless Australia. If it gets to a map 7. Shout out to Australian celebrity Bertlog in the chat as well. A legend of the Australian scene, if you know your Australian history. Will be a Junkertown ban. They took most of their time for that. Then the Greatest Showman will pick. There we go. We're about to get our map pool reveal and get ourselves in lobby. Timeless Australia just pick in. Who will start what side on that map 7 if we need it? Both teams desperate. Desperate for the Esports World Cup spot. A chance to play against the world's best and brightest. And also 3 North American teams. On the line here. How's Australia going to use all of their time to pick the sides here? Are they stalling for time? Do they need a moment? Alright, here we go. A Samoa start. You'll recognise that sound. That means we're going into lobby. We'll take a little bit of a look. So it's going to be Samoa, Hollywood, Esperanza, New Junk City, Shambali, Samoa. Shambali again? Is that a legal maneuver? Is it a legal maneuver to hit a back-to-back Shambali? The Greatest Showman have picked a back-to-back Shambali. Is that possible? We'll find out when we get there. We'll find out when we get there. And it will be the Greatest Showman on the left. Greatest Showman on the left and Timeless Australia on the right. We've got 300 ping, but it's okay. A lot of Korean smack talk presumably going on. Maka and Opener exchanging heated words. All right. And it's going to be Punk starting on the Sigma. Kufa starting on the Ram. So presumably comp advantage here. Both teams on the Lucio. Top Dragon always looked like a bit of a star when he's played. Maybe starting on the Farah here. Early position here for the Greatest Showman. And an early pick onto Maka as well. The Florida Mayhem Prodigy in the bin. And that should be a first flip here. Top Dragon's going to get Atlas on the way out too. And it's an assertive start for the Greatest Showman, who are going to take it all the way to spawn as well. They will reset. In theory, Kuffer should just be able to kind of run it into Punk, bully the Australian main tank. Just trying to farm this early damage here. Aki closest to his ult with Window. And Atlas has got the opening pick on Top Dragon. He swung. He swung with Niang. And now they've got control of the map. All stuff back at the choke. They'll be forced all the way out here. Punk has to Matrix. No cooldowns for Punk. They have to concede for space here, the Greatest Showman. One pick back on par so they can take a step back here. Top Dragon will be back in soon. There's the Window versus High Noon. But Niang, the lamp is late. A late lamp will be a disaster, and the Greatest Showman will quickly reclaim their control of the point. They will be well on their way. Window now available back for Maka, and Annihilation soon for Kuffer. Punk will be hoping to have that flux just in time, so if that annihilation comes in, he can stop any forward motion from Cuffer. We'll be coming inside again. Another flank from Niang coming top this time. We'll keep him contained. Cuffer's gonna get onto point. Window and lamp out for Punk. Probably didn't need it, actually. So no lamp for Punk now. He's under pressure from Cuffer on one side, Par on the other. Trying to hold his own. Hiding to buy Punk some space. Rock into the wall from Punk, but it's Top Dragon who's done the work. He's got that pick, and now they can walk forward. Flux to finish it. Beat comes out. Punk is all over Maka, and Top Dragon's got another one. Top Dragon harassing the backline, but now this annihilation has popped. The beat is good from opener. It catches everyone. It deals with it. But barrage over top to take him down. And the Greatest Showman. A dominant opening round. The touch is going to be very tricky here for Par. It's going to be very tricky if he doesn't go for it as well. Really tricky if you don't go for it. So the Greatest Showman with a strong start.
Score 1-0.
Their map pick, obviously, on Samoa. And we'll move over to Volcano. So in theory, Volcano, a much closer map, much more congested. And as such, we're actually going to get Timeless swapping onto the Mauga here. Seems like Punk might be willing to mirror a lot of what we've seen in the West, in EMEA and North America. We'll see what Par picks. TP out of spawn initially. They're going to point though. Most teams meet up top where the Greatest Showman are now. But a slower start here. They've got Par playing this far side. Rockets will be raining down, and it was actually Sigma that Punk came out of, so not a lot of space here for Punk to kite into. The Malga Slam comes in. Cuffer takes a lot of space with Atlas. The push back now from Top Dragon buys him some valuable time, but Cuffer comes again. Another stop. It's a massive stop. They're crushing the corner. Cuffer will run him over. Not enough room. It's a very closed area there. You see Punk try and take that back step, but compared to the previous map where they take pretty big back steps, really not able to take it there. Punk gets crushed, sticks onto the Sigma though. And they'll have to do a retake. Is a Kiri Lucio on the side as well, so it will be Aki with the earlier window. You see Cuffer lurking again for a big slam. Got it the second time of asking. He's going for one here. Looking for the cast. Doesn't get it. Turn on. Rock from Punk is good. Loads of damage. Ned for Suzu. Cuffer will be trying to beam himself up now. Punk is low. Cuffer's health is only going up. Another slam onto the backline. It's big from Cuffer. All over the cast. Forces the lamp. They're still going, but they finally deal with Cuffer. The storm has been weathered. They survive the onslaught, and they'll get the recap off the back of it as well. That's the nature of how this goes. You can survive that Malga engage, you'll be okay, but now it gets really scary. The cage, the beat, the Kitsune rush. A lot of options. Now Cuffer goes through, cages through the window, he's low, he needs the beat, Suzu! They're not going to beat for it now, the flux over, Atlas beats now, they're somehow all still alive! Now Cuffer falls, they're all over him though. Can they find it? Top Dragon will clean up one. Top Dragon looking to clean up as many as he can here. They're still in control of point. And the Korean duo might just do it here for the Greatest Showman. There we go. Oh, it looks scary. Cuffer survived for so long, and that was everything. That was the big ult trade. They used absolutely everything in that, and they got nothing. Timeless now have both DPS ults to retake with. They're going to come from the top side of the map. Can just take a bit of a trade, then Hinding to force Punk off point. Rock onto Cuffer slows down his assault. They'll Suzu him through. It's kind of an early Suzu, but Top Dragon's caught now. Cuffer will take a back step. Now they can swing with High Noon soon. Another Rock comes in. Punk finds it. No chance for that High Noon now from Niang. They have to care. Par's barrage. Coming over the top, looking for it. Lamp is good. They're out of it, though. Par kills through. It's not a problem. Cuffer's taken all the space. Force Aki all the way out. And to the respawn queue. Slam onto opener to trade that one as well. But no. They're still going Pulse Bomb onto Kuffer. It's just Maka and Kuffer. It's a 2v3. The Angle joined them soon, but Kuffer's just having his health reset. Top Dragon again, all over him, harassing him back. And they want to keep chasing him. Punk looking for more. The Kiri kill there might have sealed it. They need to get the touch. Kuffer will run onto point. Wants to try and cancel behind him. Can't get there. Punk nearly at this. Flux. Kitsune rush comes. Kuffer is so low. Suzu, there's the kill. B comes back. Flux could be the finisher here. Punk is so low though. Needs that pocket. Will go for it. The damage is done. And it'll be a 2-0. An opening round for the Greatest Showman. Followed by another one. And that'll equal a map win. We'll get play of the game. Not sure what it'll be. New on the Cass. Yeah, this is the one it really felt. That slam looked good from Kuffer. Lands on it, but as for trades, the DPS shut down. Means there's no follow-up on New. They're able to pocket him through. And we'll wait for our next map. Gonna be going into Hollywood. So from what we've seen of some of the Mauga Sigma matchup already, I think it's fair to say this is one of the easier maps to Sigma into Mauga. Difficult for the Mauga not to take a lot of damage on a lot of these engages. We'll see if we get a similar matchup here. And one step closer already to that Esports World Cup spot for Greatest Showman. But it's a best of 7, remember? Plenty of time for this series to go back and forth.
Ready for battle.
And interesting here. Dive is the choice. Anna Brig coming out from Maka and Atlas. You know what they say about Korean Annas. You also, unfortunately, know what they say about Australian Winstons. Thank you, Hunter, for the 4 months. Hunter hoping to secure his place at the Esports World Cup with the Greatest Showman here as well. We'll see what they choose to go against this here, the Greatest Showman. I imagine they won't be super surprised by this dive. And they'll be holding on. Maka's starting on the low ground here, actually, and it will be Ram, that Cass. So still relatively free nades. As Top Dragon takes the early elevator plays. One dive in from Kuffer, will bubble on the choke, will be cleared out relatively easily, and the chase is on. Punk wants to go. Kuffer has to get naded out. Punk is naded, but he doesn't care. The Greatest Showman have all the space on the point. They've pinned him in. Kuffer's now going to jump the high ground, forces Akai down. Will have to lamp himself out of that one. Punk is still just trying to gatekeep this backline. Doesn't want to let him leave. Atlas drops to help Niang, but they are pinned back. Kuffer is awfully deep, still on no HP, and Punk is just running over the backline. Maka hits for sleep, but the damage might already be done. It broke the line of sight to Kuffer for long enough. Let me just queue up a pred. Obviously, we're working on time delay here. And another strong start by the Greatest Showman. Now it's the scary bit, though. I mean, Top Dragon's going to drop his pulse bomb. They're actually going to stagger him out quite horrifically here. Atlas and Kuffer managed to trade one, but Nate's good, actually. Maka and Atlas. They give themselves out of that one. It looked all so much like a stagger. They give themselves out of it though, and now they have the ults. Pining back from New. Oh, catches Atlas. How does it catch Atlas in that situation? They trade Top Dragon for it, so it's not the end of the world. They can maybe still try and retake top here, but look how close Punk is getting. He wants to meet him at the choke, wants to go for Maka, slow onto him. Banana onto Kuffer, jumps onto the back line, will force the lamp. Kuffer has the primal to keep going here. Will pop it. Nano primal. Maka will clean all of those ones up. It's an expensive one, but they get the stabilize, they get the high ground. And this is where Dive is so strong when you have that high ground. You have the easy nade options for Maka. And they've got to do these difficult retakes. For Cart, look at where the payload is. It's really not moved at all. Still such a long way to go. And they're going to try and come top first, actually. Top Dragon touching the point as they go. Pulse bomb on the elevator. Catches new. The lamp not in time now. The rally they're going to beat anyway. Opener wants to commit. Annihilation. They're throwing everything in. They've dealt with the backline. Punk is all over Maka. Hunts him down. Free for Punk. The backline taken care of. One more form. We'll deal with this Winston as well. And Punk has not skipped a beat. Not skipped a beat at all. And now look how close the card is. A decisive win. Niang coming back with High Noon. They used everything in that to try and clutch that fight. And oh, the early pick. No High Noon coming back now. Top Dragon will be recall, will be forced. Kuffa needs to get on point soon. They're going to choose not to go for it. And it's going to be a just under 5-minute time bank on third. Pulse bomb chase as well. The Sagas are good. And the Greatest Showman have them on the ropes. We're going to see swaps come out as well. It's going to be Ram from Kuffa, a Ram mirror now. But a Bat. Oh, he was on Brig for a second. I presume the Brig was actually intended for if they stayed Winston. But with the Ram mirror, Opener will stick Lucio. High Noon available for Niang too. Punk trying to get this angle onto Kuffa, pushing him back. Top Dragon will blink into the back line. News swings at the same time, and News just killed everyone! He's just walked around the corner and murdered all of Timeless. Right in front of their faces. Oh, and this could be an intimidating time bank. High Noon from New as well. He's going to use it from this back left position. That's going to make the touch scary for Par. Goes for it, dies for it. Kuffa will get on point. The sleep coming out. They're going to try and trade that kill. The lamp kills New alive, but only for a second. Kuffa is now on point. They're turning their attention to him. Top Dragon and Punk all over him. Punk's going to go for the backline instead now. Maka will be completely zoned. And Atlas can't get the touch. And it's a hell of a time bank. It is a hell of a time bank. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. The only fight that really slowed any of that Greatest Showman momentum was that Nano Primal fight. Everything else was all them. Top Dragon hit all the pulse bombs on the stagger. The beat Annihilation looked risky as they tried to take the high ground with the cart not moving that far up. But Punk made it work. Punk and Opener. The beat the Annihilation gives them so much time. And it looks like it'll be a BAP Brig Sigma here. So anticipating the dive for Greatest Showman on this rollout. And they need something to turn around soon, Timeless. I mean, it is a best of 7, so you have lots of time. Lots of time. Atlas. Zen out of spawn for a 5 orb. No one will be peeking, though. It might be tricky to get Maka and nade angle if they can get through until they can get through this first choke. See Top Dragon and Aki, New all peeking aggressively. Punk is going to be slept, actually. A quick nap. Well rested now for the rest of this defense. And they're going to take the high ground. Trying to rotate through. Punk wants to make the rotation hard. Bubble from Kuffa just to help poke out Punk. And now give the backline space to move now. Punk still trying to harass him on the way up. Kuffa's taking a lot of damage. Kuffa's taken the maximum available damage here. Will turn main, but obviously all that damage is going to turn into ult charge. Kuffa really wants that nano. Punk's going to farm some more damage. He's going to get so much damage in this corridor. They have to be careful. Kuffa's going to jump, bubble onto the backline here. 75% already for Naga. For Naga. Naga? Maka. Top Dragon gets the early pick, though. They've been forced off for high ground by Punk. Maka is right underneath Punk now. I don't know if he knows. He's just going to ignore Maka for now. Now he turns. Atlas going to try and come back, but the damage is done. Primal not quite in time. The first fight is successful, but now the Nano, the rally coming back. They took so much damage there. But as a result, obviously, Punk actually has a really quick flux. A few options with the Flux. If they nano cover in, could just use the nano to help peel for Winston. Stop him getting that primal. He's on 49% anyway. So we probably won't get it. Or he can just use it to try and aggressively trade for backline. Atlas does have for rally though. Similar setup again. Everyone in Cafe, they're going to just bubble the opposite side of Punk. Now the rock comes out. Kufa's going to cash that one. He's going to take so much damage. Has to bubble defensively. Can be nanoed on his next jump. Here we go. Onto the backline. The nade is good. They try and anti out. They're going to peel everything though. Kufa has been zoned. They're still chasing him down. Bubble. Is he going to get the primal? He gets the primal. New in trouble. They're all dead on point as well. Zoned the backline. The rest of Timeless able to walk onto Punk. And that Flux got nothing in the end. And now they'll get the early high ground. They've all got the forward spawn here. They might get naded out of spawn. Are they ready for it? They're ready for the nade. Blocked that one. And now they can try and take high ground. Pushing into a pulse bomb though. And Aki dies on the way up. They're going to try and rally. They're going to give it to Openers, forcing it through. They've killed Atlas. They'll kill Maka. Trades will still help here. And the Yang actually does give a cast cap right at the end. Pushing forward into spawn, keen for more snaggers here, but there are only 3 people. GreatestShowman needs to be careful. Par goes for the pulse bomb, but it's a miss. And now they can get this payload moving. Try and put some early pressure on this high ground. Punk and his backline are there. New will be joining him soon. Trying to play slowly through point. Top Dragon just anchoring it for now. Getting that full pocket. All the brig packs coming his way. Top Dragon has 5 on him right now. Recall has been forced. Has to get packs out of that one. Now Punk will drop and get the touch instead. Pressure onto him. They try and deal with it. Nade over the top. Not enough to save Kufa though. And the GreatestShowman can walk forward. Pulse bomb's good from Top Dragon as well. The trade denied by Top Dragon. Now that nano primal timing coming back. That's where they've had for success. All eyes. Coming through this right-hand side. Looks like we want to try and go through top first. Par's going to have to recall early. Where's New? He got booped down. No peek for the nano. Drops it now. No, it's a nano Jax. A disaster. A breakdown in communications between Australia and Korea. And a nano Jax. Means the ult timing that's been so successful. Their only real success so far, Timeless. Does not work out at all. They force an early bubble in spawn. They get a window in spawn as well. No mercy being shown here. Punk again, sleeping on the job. But he's not required at the moment. They're forcing every bubble to be defensive. They're keeping him on the back foot here. Opener nearly has this rally. They have to lamp for this one now. Opener might be willing to turn it. Pulse bomb out as well. They somehow survive all of it. Opener wants to clutch with rally. Bash onto Kufa, but he has primal. And Top Dragon's good. Kufa's taken down Opener. But the pulse bomb has done its job. Niang still trading. Kufa trying to live. Niang going to swing again here. Takes the Castiel. A single dink. And Par's going to try and finish that one. They will be able to clean up on point. And it was a rally annihilation dropped into all of that. So you're honestly actually pretty happy with that ult trade if you're Timeless. Get the 2 big ults out. Get a chance to set up on high ground. And it is a Lucio swap from Atlas here. Just going to try and keep Maka away. Maka's going to look for this early nade. Looking for it on the rotate. They bait it out. It's a miss. Kufa, the slow doesn't get out. The sleep there is good. Trying to pocket Kufa through all of this. They do get Kufa out as well, but they've lost Par on points, so the car progress has been stopped. Opener. Trying to open the door, but the nade is good this time from Maka. No sleep quite yet. Sleep misses onto the ram as they drops down. Trying to pocket him through everything, but Opener comes back on Lucio. Takes him down. And they do stabilize, and we get to last fight territory. Nano, Pulse Bomb, High Noon, Lily, Primal, all available. The ults to do it, but the payload's only halfway through. That Nano priming time or Primal available again. Jump in. Window onto Cuffer. Needs to pop that primal, but he doesn't have it yet. The Nano. The Nano was onto Atlas. This can't be optimal. Maybe Atlas can make it work. Oh, he can't make it work. Atlas in a 1v3. Can't win the 1v3, not even with the Nano. Oh, they had the ults to maybe clutch that final fight. But not like that, not like that.
Play of the game.
New with a play of the game. Oh yeah, this will be the one on the attack here where he just walks around the corner, decides it's time to go to Riyadh. A nice and easy 4K. And the Greatest Showman go 2 maps up. We'll wait for map number 3 now. Will be Esperanza we'll be going to. So a chance to play more dive, a very good dive map. Obviously that classic high ground hold. Always a problem for teams. Always a problem. They seem quite happy to put Maka onto Ana. Hit a lot of sleeps. Hit a decent amount of nades. Jax a few too many nanos. Yeah, it's actually the nanos who have been the problem, right? We nano Jax with one. We nano Atlas with the other. Such important timings for the dive versus Brawl matchup. Won't really be able to play Bat Brig, I think, on Esperanza. Need a Lucio. Which in theory, I think, might make it a little bit easier. Bit of a delay. Lineups being finalized. So we get a substitution. We'll wait and see. Well, we've got a bit of downtime. We can do a scoreboard check. This is from map 1. This is for Samoa. So 26-3 for Top Dragon. 19-1 for opener. Round 2, the Hollywood we just watched. 11 deaths apiece for Niang and Pars. The DPS gap feels significant. Top Dragon went 37-3. That's okay, that. That's okay, that. Punk with a 29-4 too. Successful ults across the board, really. Everything's going the Greatest Showman's way. Lineup still being finalized. Not sure who's taking their time here, but someone needing a respite. Alright, finalized. Esperanza time. We're going back into lobby. Okay, I think you have to tell me as well. You have to tell me as well when the map's done, because I'm obviously on delay. But I think the map is done now.
Initiating match.
So I'll cash for prediction, and I think this will be safe. I think this is safe to do. Hopefully no spoilers. And we'll get the ones for the Esperanza. And we'll see what they choose to lock in. And once again... Once again being questioned on my endorsement level 5. The good people of OCE have never seen a... never seen a man so nice. Australian ranked. Maybe not an endorsement 5 kind of zone. I've watched Color Hex's stream. It's not always the most harmonious of environments.
5, 4, 3,
and it looks like there will be no dive. It looks like we'll be going on to a similar matchup that we had to Samoa. Ram versus Sigma. So in theory, should be happy to play quite front to back here if you are timeless. But it's not been that simple so far. Will be a slow and pokey first fight. Newish going to take this early flank. Alright, early flank, early kill. No problem for Newish. Will be pushed back by Niang, but winning that duel as well. Any pocket for Newish? Any pocket in the world? No pocket for Newish. Completely isolated on the flank. Got the opening pick and got that early space as a result. And Kufa's form's actually going to be used mostly defensively here. So Punk can kind of take control. Bully them back. They've still got rockets raining down. Par's going to rejoin him now. So player advantage for a little bit for Timeless as Punk tries to get aggressive. Just force a lamp out. But no cooldowns for Punk. No punches will come right through the shield. He's going to get forced all the way back now. Top Dragon's been forced out as well. And an opening fight win for Timeless. They are not out of it yet. Not out of it yet. And Punk will take the Ram Mirror. That early pick from Newish, not converted at all. Maka will have this early window too. Swing out onto the low ground. They're not quite up. They're not holding this very aggressively. Clifford's back with them now. They can still swing with it. Still 10% away. The slow's going to make this cross really awkward. Has to Matrix, has to use this. Will pocket Atlas through that. Now the window onto Punk. They're boot back, but Punk is so low. They're going to catch Punk for Barrage, though. It gets free. They were not caring Barrage. They were not thinking about it. And they'll steal the robot as well. Kufa can choose to live here. Top Dragon once again. The main man of the Greatest Showman. Steals that fight. Steals that fight. They won the trade. Forcing the cart. Underneath them right now. Aki with the window, but it's a pulse bomb from Par. It's good. They've dropped down underneath. Punk is trying to follow this window, not getting all that much from Newish, and Aki is just out in the open. Atlas has pounced. Saw his chance, focuses him down. Kuffer's going to pop the Annihilation. It's awfully low. They'll get all the cleanups, though. And really, it was Par and Atlas opening that one for them. They're going to try and chase down Niang as well here. Oh, not Niang, sorry, Newish. Should be out. Will be forced all the way back, and now we'll get the beat trade. Punk's Annihilation is slow cooking. They can sit on the high ground. They get this High Noon going. He's just trying to help force point. High Noon and beat is available back. They have to try and do this difficult low ground to high ground retake, and Punk is gonna stop the cart. But in the midst here, they come down. High Noon used by Newish. And it'll just be a disengage. Oh, advantage now. High Noon advantage. Beat's still in play. Looking for it. All of the Greatest Showman are underneath now. Now High Noon's going to be used. Going to still try and peek it. Beat comes through. Pressure just looking for the damage. They lose Par. Atlas still has the beat. It's a 4v5 beat, but it's a much later beat. There's the damage. Kufa gets one. Rico has been forced by Top Dragon as well. They need to turn and deal with Punk. Punk has the Annihilation. Punk is not done. He's crushing them. The Annihilation, the window on top to try and clutch from Maka. But this Annihilation is still going slow on top. Cuffer is so low. They'll take care of it. Maka is still jumping and darting around. But he's the last one left. Wants to play his life. Won't get it though. And it looked for a second like that later beat was going to be the difference maker from Atlas. Niang got a kill. But it's not enough. The Greatest Showman, a chance to regain the lead here on Esperanza. Kufa just have Annihilation coming back though. As long as nobody gets pulsed by Top Dragon, the Annihilation should be enough here. We'll be taking a Tracer fight on point here. Opener going to drop and help. The Korean duo trying to tag team Par. They'll force it back. Punk's taking a lot of damage out of Choke though. Top Dragon goes for the pulse. It's a miss. It's a whiff. Aki now with the window on the high ground. Needs to drop that one. Will pocket Punk through it, but Kuffer still has this Annihilation. They're going to try and wait out this window. They've lost Kuffer though. Now Annihilation will not be coming. A disaster here. They lose Opener. They lose Top Dragon as well, actually. So they've lost two, but they'll get Cap and a little bit more off it. Means they can't really commit to this forward hold. They'll take the meters they can get here, the Greatest Showman. And then back to high ground. A reasonable lead, though. Cuffer still with this big annihilation advantage. They're actually going to they're going to keep holding forward here. So a chance to take a neutral, drop the annihilation afterwards. Cuffer's going to shield on point. Niang swinging with him. They're going to come clear out top dragon now. Slow onto the choke. Annihilation has been used. Newish with this high noon back. They're going to try to get lamping him, but Cuffer's got it. Now the beat behind him back. Over the top from opener. Atlas doesn't have it yet. Still 10% away, and Para's died. Top dragon is all over Maka. Annihilation now popped by Cuffer, but he's so low. Top dragon's killed the backline. It's a 3-man beat. They need kills. They're trying to kill Punk, but he's just blocking out a bus stop. They can't take him down. And this is going to be a devastating fight, a devastating distance. Atlas with a late trade. Got to be an illegal maneuver for Lucio to get a trade there. And that means the forward hold plans are scuppered. Top Dragon will get them all the way up to 103 meters before being forced away. Aki and Opener aren't quite there, so they have to give space. They might be a bit slow to go back here. Slow on the choke. Punk's going to have to form his way out. Will be focused down. Newish is going to get caught. They window two. They're going to catch all of them here. Punk has to get lamped. No form for Punk now. Has the annihilation. Wants to turn it. They can maybe just kill through. They're peeking it. Window back two. Pulse bomb onto Punk. It's not enough damage. The window shuts down Par. And they've turned it. Annihilation and window. They've warped into the trap. But Punk has gone too far now. They can push back, but they've lost Maka. It's an absolute dogfight. It's a Lucio 1v1 at the back. Atlas trying to find it. No doing, though. And Atlas is now a man alone. Opener on him. Aki not going to respect. Not going to respect for Lucio 1v1. And more meters are being gained by Top Dragon as he's chased out once again. Beats coming up for both teams, but again, Opener slightly quicker. That's what they mean when they talk about Korean level. Will be a slow onto him here. Can just regroup as forms of trade, but Top Dragon's got the kill again. Player advantage now. Top Dragon has free access to the backline. They force the lamp as well. Top Dragon still going. Opener's going to walk forward. Will drop the beat to keep going. Now they just need kills. Top Dragon and combines with him. And this could be about to get out of touch here. They have the ults to salvage this. They have the ults to stabilize. The beat, the high noon, the annihilation, all up now for Timeless. But only 2 minutes left and such a long way to go. They can start with the high noon. A difficult corner to retake. High noon comes through from Newish first. They're going to beat back. They want to go round onto this. All the pressure. Just trying to go through it. The lamp is good. Just holding it for now, Newish. He's low underneath the lamp. Trying to boop him back in. Now the window comes out. Atlas onto the backline. Rolls Maka. Top Dragon still getting trades, though. It's not over yet. One more form from Punk too. Desperately trying to regroup here, but here comes Top Dragon. And they're just going to sweep it. Regardless of all of that, they're just going to sweep it. Annihilation on point now from Punk to finish it. Pulse Bomb is good too. Cuffer down to half HP. And Punk will finish it. It's going to be 3-0. And we are in reverse sweep territory. Timeless Australia. They've lost the ram into the Sigma. They've lost the ram into the ram. They've lost the dive into the ram. As we get this Top Dragon. A classic Top Dragon fight. Wins for Tracer 1v1 and now just has free access to the backline. They're not able to deal with him. Not able to deal with him at all. And it's been dominant. A dominant showing so far. We can get a quick scoreboard check while we wait for the next map. Opener 22 and 3 there. 27 and 4 for Top Dragon. 10k damage. Over double Par's damage there. It's a Tracer Canyon. Big gaps across the board. Except on Ram, where Kufra actually got more damage than Punk, so back to that in, despite having double the deaths. We'll wait for the next map. Will be Flashpoint. Lineups will be finalized. Obviously, Flashpoint, we probably expect more of the same. Maybe more Ram Mirror. Malga's an option. But something needs to start going right for Timeless here. Maybe the gap is just too big to close. Waiting for the lineup to be finalized again. But The Greatest Showman, a single map away from booking their tickets. A single map away. That was the point when this team was formed. Get themselves to Riyadh for the Esports World Cup. Got confirmation the map is over. Another win for The Greatest Showman. We'll get map 4 up. The predictions have been pretty one-sided so far. It's fair to say, I think the eagle-eyed people in the audience have very much keyed on to the fact that The Greatest Showman are the favourites. Some fans still believe, though, an easy reverse sweep, some think. An easy reverse sweep. Lineup will be finalized. New Junk City. Potentially a very fitting place. A very fitting place for an OCE Grand Final to be decided. One more win.
Initiating match.
And The Greatest Showman will book their tickets. No changes across the board. We'll wait and see what we get. Probably expecting maybe a RAM mirror or amalgam mirror. It hasn't mattered for The Greatest Showman. On top no matter what. The tracer gap is massive. Punk is getting so much done as well.
Ready for battle.
We'll see what they choose to do. Looks like it might be Malga again on New Junk City. Punk happy to lock for Sigma. We'll need to see the turnaround. We'll need to see it. So far, Top Dragon and New both very much felt like they've had their counterparts number.
3, 2, 1.
A few disasters with the ults, disasters with nanos, disasters with the annihilation have pushed it over, and we'll get in this first fight. Will be that slam coming in from Kuffer ultimately. He's found decent connections with the slam, but not had the follow-up. Here it comes now. Shield not for greatest, though, and New's actually going to get one shot before the lamp. Timeless choosing not to go down without a fight. And they'll get a convincing first fight here. Opting for the Farah cast with this, one we've seen pretty commonly. Cast Tracer on the side. The way this map works is, the first point especially, can be very Malga friendly, as can nodes on the right hand side of the map, looking at where we're looking now. There'll be more open points on the left, a little bit harder for Malga, a little bit easier for the Sigma. Trying to come through the choke, slam in at the choke. Niang's going to swing at the same time, forces the lab, forces the matrix, forces everything. The rock back onto Kufra as they try and re-peek, but Maka's got the pocket out. Kufra's going to reset his health. Maka is 1 HP. Top Dragon, no! Can't find it, but Nu can. Maka pulled so far forward and they disengage in different directions, split and divided. They get one trade, might get a second. Not even that. The retake ends up being relatively straightforward, but at least 55% to work with. And they'll be coming back with a really quick beat here, actually, from Atlas. And a pretty quick barrage. Really surprised Maka's ult charge is so low in all of that. So it will be an earlier window on the side of Aki. Par coming back. Nearly has that barrage. Trying to force out this Tracer. Top Dragon has been a menace to deal with so far. Terrorizing the poor locals. Trying to work their way slowly. We'll move right side. Now looking for the back line. They want to try and go through this. Barrage over top. It's possible. There it goes. The beat is not in time. Beat not in time from opener. They are all over the back line. Atlas and Par will finish that one. Flux from Punk. He thinks he can clutch it. He's got one. but surely not enough. Surely not enough. 1 rocket, 2 rocket. Cleaning it up. Pulse bomb trade nearly flies into the pulse bomb. Top Dragon is still doing it, actually. Will get traded by Atlas. Clearly the better player. But they can't get the touch. Too many players left alive for the Greatest Showman, and they take the first round. Despite how good the start looked, they dealt with that high noon push straight away. And we'll move over. Looks like we're going to point B. That's for bridge 1. It will be a Kitsune Rush coming back. No ults, obviously, on the side of the Greatest Showman after they invested so heavily. So a high noon to start it off. Looking for it. The slam is good as well. Sets that one up. Should be straightforward from here. Just needs to not get traded. Suzu in. And that should finish the job. They do lose Atlas in the back. Top Dragon has gone over onto the Pharah himself now as well. But again, first control of a point goes over. Now, last time on their hold, they just got stuffed at the choke. They tried to go too early into a closed area. They got Lamp, they got Matrix out, but they took too much damage in doing so. They still have Cage now and could just be an early Cage timing for Kuffer. Look at him, he's lurking. He wants to catch him. Punk for vulnerable one. Will lose that shield. Slam comes into the bag. Now the Cage onto Punk. It's just no great. Are they going to get Kitsune Rush as well? It's a huge investment here. They will kill Punk. They will kill everyone for it. 2 ults. It's a costly one. They're still just trying to deal with this Pharah. Top Dragon might get another. Niang is awfully low. Just about hits for shot in time. And they're in control. The touch is going to be awkward here, but they nearly have all 5 ults coming back if the Greatest Showman can get a touch. No Tracer, remember. And Pard does have this barrage. Need to factor in the touch here. They're going to swing with high noon. The angle slow him down. Kuffer is taking so much. Oh, Kuffer's just taking so much damage here. The window will shred him. The touch will be made just about. Opener might die for it, though. Alice is on the hunt. Alice has got the gap. But the team has died in the background. They get a couple of trades, but they'll give a flip here for Greatest Showman. And what's really devastating is that the Greatest Showman came into that with 5 ults, and they leave the fight with 4 ults as well. Now Timeless with a barrage and a beat. A tricky one to try and clutch. Punk can flux relatively early, force that beat quite defensive. You don't want that beat to be connected on your backline here. If Opener gets the beat to match as well, there's probably a real keenness to get 2 fights, 2 retakes out of this one, so they should go sooner rather than later here. Timeless. Slow and steady, though. Now Kuffer's going to make a move to point. They just want to force objective. Try and pull Punk to that low ground. Punk and Top Dragon going to swing. They're all going to swing onto it. Barrage onto Punk, but he still has Matrix for beat over top. Punk is going to get the beat back. Now it comes through. Atlas and Parkour in it for high noon. Punk tees it up. New will shut it down. It's a 5k. Dominant so far. It's not a 5k, it's a 4k. Top Dragon steals the ace. But the damage is done, and that's 2-0. And we're now in the reversiest of reverse sweep situations. They need to reverse sweep Flashpoint, and then they need to, and that's the easy bit. Then they need to reverse sweep the series. They'll have Kitsune Rush with which to do it. But it's a long way back now. They do get the early space onto this high ground. Difficult to come through in this choke for the Sigma team. The Greatest Showman going to try and make it work. Top Dragon peeking from one side, Punk from the other, and Newish. He's done it again. Opening pick onto Atlas. Still have a Kitsune Rush to trade it if they want, and Kuffer is going to double down. Maka wants to drop it in. They come through, they force the lamp out, the chase is on. Kuffer's going to go deep in, the Angus swinging as well. Suzu to keep Kuffer up as much as they can. He will die. They've traded tanks though. Top Dragon is still there. They need to deal with Top Dragon. Atlas back just in time, but no. Pocket not there. Maka versus the world. Trying to give him the dukes. Can't hit the dinks. And again, it's the Greatest Showman DPS just coming out on top. Window, High Noon, Barrage, all coming up soon. Cage and High Noon, a very powerful combo though. Lots of these ults can help deny Cage value though. So Kuffer needs to get high value targets in this Cage. If he just gets Punk, it won't be enough. Punk's going to tiptoe onto point now. They're all close. Kufa's going to take a lot of damage for Window as well. Kufa is 1 HP. They're all trying to DP it. Even when behind him, they're DP it. They're cardiac overdrive it. Niang will swing the Window, but nothing. Punk's going to be aggressive now. They want to cover high ground, but they've lost par. Niang needs to find a kill right now. He does get it onto Newish, but now the barrage over top. Top Dragon gets laps in. Oh, and this could be curtains. Any stagger kills would be fatal. Kufa realizes he has to cage. Alice is in for cage. With the Greatest Showman. They've got themselves a ticket to Riyadh. There will be no touch, no chance. Niang has gone Tracer. He's going to make a desperate attempt, but he's nowhere close. It's a 4-0. A complete sweep. A complete sweep. And the Greatest Showman prove they are indeed the Greatest Showman and will be taking their talents to sunny Riyadh to take on the best from the rest of the world. There's that Flux High Noon combo. But beat not enough. Finish onto Niang as well. And there we go. Just like that, everything went their way. We can take a look at the scoreboard, but I don't know if we're gonna gain any great insights from this. It was a pretty dominant series from the Greatest Showman. Can't lie about it. Yeah, 17-4 for Punk. 24-3 from Top Dragon. Probably easily a top. Is it a Top Dragon player of the match? Top Dragon maybe, or new? It's one of the Greatest Showman DPS. They had their counterpart's number. It wasn't a problem at all. Everyone catching up to the action. I think I can get big Maximilian in here. The coaching champ. Hello, hello.
Well, g'day.
Congratulations.
Yeah, ta.
A better evening and the morning.
Yeah, no, I mean, you need like the yin and yang, you know? You need like the crushing defeat in the morning and then, you know, the expected win in the evening.
Well, that's what they say. It's not how you start the day, right? It's how you finish, so...
Yeah, no, I tend to finish strong.
Was this might surprise you, but I've not been super following the OCE scene so far. So was this...
Yeah.
This just super clear as day from the get-go, really?
Yeah, I mean, the sell with this team was someone reached out to me initially. Newish reached out to me initially and told me that he wanted to make a team that was going to win the OCE tournament and go to Saudi. And I said that I thought I could try and put something together for him, conditional that, you know, he drags me along for the ride. So I just put together a roster with the goal of stopping any of the other OCE teams from forming a super team, essentially. And then, you know, we can get any number of imports to fill out the last 2 slots, but if you just get a couple of key OCE players, then it's very difficult to lose in this region, to be honest.
Well, it actually is. I guess it's what Toronto did, right? Just lock down the talent where there's no backup options for any of the other teams.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a very good player on the bench as well, like someone that would otherwise make the tournament really difficult. And he's just on our bench. He played like half of the matches online because, you know, we needed super subs because half of our team is retired. But at the end of the day, like this is a roster construction gap more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we never scrimmed, like not once. We warm up scrimmed for yesterday and the day before. we warm up scrimmed for yesterday and today to figure out what we wanted to play, but that was it.
I was gonna say because obviously I feel like my guess would be Punk doesn't play all that much. But Top Dragon knew everyone else still plays relatively regularly, or?
Yeah, those guys all still play the game. I think Aki doesn't play a whole lot nowadays. Punk never plays. Those are probably the big 2 in terms of ghostly presence in the server. But, you know, still get it done.
Yeah, didn't seem a problem.
Yep.
So, Are you expecting now to be flooded with offers from organizations?
I have no idea, actually. I have no clue at all. I'm wondering if one of the teams that are signed up for the what's it called, the partner program or whatever, because there's like 30 orgs at the event that are
Yeah.
signed up to that program. I'm wondering if one of them will reach out and try and get our team under their banner. I would hope so, because I'd never say no to free money, and I presume that they want to get at least participation points for being involved in the Overwatch tournament. And
Yeah, 'cause
it's my understanding that every org is incentivized to have a team, so they get points.
Yeah, because I guess even if you're not to sell yourself short of your expectations for Esports World Cup, but even if you don't come back high, you probably still get a couple of points off the org.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
So sign us for the
points.
points of our existence. You heard it here first.
The existent points are on the table to the
Yeah,
highest bidder.
nobody exists at the event better than us.
So it should be a nice time. Obviously, you've been to Saudi Arabia before. Was it Riyadh before?
Yeah, it was Riyadh before, but we were on the outskirts. I'm expecting something a little bit better this time around because EWC is they're trying to pull out all the stops to legitimize what's going on. So I think there's a reasonable chance that we'll be in a hotel close to somewhere where we can actually go wandering about and
go see some of the
paved roads.
sites.
Yeah, no, fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to the trip. But I mean, EWC will just be a good laugh, Lots of international competitors, and us. And I know lots of the competitors from the past, so should be good.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest appeal for some of the teams, even the ones who maybe aren't going in expecting to be Crazy Raccoon or Falcons or whoever. Is that actually everyone's going to be there because this is going to be the biggest LAN I think Overwatch will have in terms of just quantity of teams, probably in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the biggest LAN that the biggest international LAN. I don't know about ever, but I mean, when has there been a 16-team international LAN before? It's like World Cup levels, and that's it.
Yeah, I guess some of the, especially some of the early World Cups, when it was like, they even did the groups at BlizzCon itself, and there would have been like, God knows how many countries.
Yeah.
But that was,
I think it's like,
a different time.
It's basically World Cup, but instead of going out and getting pissed with the boys, you go out and smoke shisha or something. That seems like the vibe.
A big 100-man shisha outside the back of a hotel, everyone.
Yeah, exactly, because, there's no drinking over there. Oh, well. Should be good.
Still be fun. All right, then.
Will they be getting you on the desk or something, or is this just another establishment grift?
Well, I've not been contacted. I've been told by some friends within the scene that they've recommended me actually. Because obviously I did work the Saudi E-League broadcast. I don't know if it's the same. Obviously, like the Saudi E-League broadcast is also just run by a different company. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if they're doing any of the production for Esports World Cup.
Yeah.
But it's the guy who runs the production company for Saudi E-League is the guy who used to run, I'm going to forget their name now, Oshtec Warriors, if that name rings a bell.
I remember that, yeah.
So I did like a month with Oshtec Warriors. My Saudi internship. And...
as one does.
So yeah, so maybe. I mean, if they offer me a job, I will go. Again, similar reasons, right? Can't say... Don't get that many LAN opportunities these days.
I've just looked in your chat and discovered I heard this before, but I wasn't sure on the details of it. But now with what they've said, with what RXIS has said, yeah, maybe we won't get signed in that case because there was some sort of deadline for signing. Yeah, some sort of deadline for signing teams for the points. But I thought it was like a cutoff for getting into the program of 30. But maybe I'm wrong about it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it means that if they sign us, they won't get anything for it anymore. I'm not sure. Let's backdate those contracts, boys. But,
what do you mean? Those contracts you signed back on the 13th? You were talking about.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go put some food in my gob. I reckon that'll do it for me.
Yeah. No. You earn it.
So I'll
have fun at Riyadh.
Yeah. See you, mate.
In a bit. All right. The successful champ coming in. Riyadh bound is Old Hunter and the rest of the Greatest Showman. Don't think you can argue with the result at all. Don't think you can argue with that at all. And that might do us for the stream actually, because I'm going out for lunch. It's 11 now, which means obviously it's nearly lunchtime. So I think I might love you and leave you. If you want more adverts, sorry, it's just a nice one. So you got the ads then. Got the ads from the Hunter interview, unfortunate. If you want more Overwatch action, or more ads, if you want either, we'll be back live again in only about 5 hours, honestly, for all the EMEA and NA action. It's the upper brackets today in the FACEIT playoffs. And we'll see which teams get a step closer to joining Unter and the Greatest Showman in Riyadh. So thank you very much for joining. I'll find us someone to raid, and I'll see you all in a few hours, but thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the game.